My name is Kenney Carson, a.k.a. Too Pretty Kenney, founder of the Corner Poccet Crips.
Corner Poccet go back that far back?
Well, I'm gonna tell you about Corner Poccet. You had guys like Too Pretty Kenney. You know, he was a factor.
Kev Mac video, you know, this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. Kev Mac video, you know, this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. For the dime moves in the low.
Where'd you grow up at?
Compton.
What part of Compton?
The Corner Poccet area.
Is that considered Willowbrook or Compton?
That's considered really Willowbrook, but we claim Compton because right there.
What area did you go to schools in?
LA. I went to Gompers. Then my mom moved to Compton, bought a house out there. Then I went to Bunce Junior High School, Centennial High School.
And who are some of the founders of Corner Poccet?
I was the founder. I created Corner Poccet in my mother's garage.
And what year was that?
That was 1972.
And when did it become Poccet Hood?
We was original Corner Poccet Crips, then we turned in about the 80s Poccet Hood.
And when did you put the O in front of it?
It's probably in the 80s.
Who did Corner Poccet run with in the beginning?
Okay, we in the front hood was just like this. I mean, we all grew up together. And so what happened was the front hood started first. They called themselves the Front Brothers. And so I decided, we deep, and we got just as many guys as now. I said, I wanted to put Crip behind our name. The front hood wanted to put Front Hood. I said, fuck that. We Crips. We're gonna put Crip after our name.
Who was your Crip influence?
Tookie.
And Tookie hung out in that area?
Tookie was everywhere. The first time I seen Tookie, made me want to Crip. Back in the days, they had, after the Watts Festival, they had after the Watts Ride, they had the Watts Festival. And first time I seen Tookie, he was like, man, guy was so big and huge. I say, he had 1,000 guys following him. We was in Compton saying, Crips ain't bringing that out here to Compton. We was serving them. This is Compton, right? You know, so the power rules, they wasn't power rules at the time. We was all thinking together. Let LA touch foot in Compton and talk about some Crips. We're gonna serve them. But when I went to the park, then I realized we can't handle all of them because Tookie had 1,000 guys, you know, and I said, they winning. So I was telling them, my friends, we need to be Crip. But they were saying, that's LA shit. Man, fuck that. We're gonna start some Crip stuff out here. So we became Corner Poccet Crips.
So y'all didn't have to get the blessings from Raymond or Tookie?
In our mind, this is a true statement. This is Compton, right? We don't need no blessings for nobody because we feel like we tougher than anybody. Because I grew up, and the guys I ran with, we felt if you were raised up in Compton, I could eat you alive, you know? And I really felt that in my heart because we battled all the time. And I didn't think LA guys could handle the pressure that we used to put down.
When did you first hear of Carver Park Crips?
Okay, the Carver Park Crips, they were allies of ours. You know, back around 72, I went to school with them guys at Centennial High School.
What was your original initials for Corner Poccet?
CPC.
Was it any conflict with Carver Park? Or?
No, because to be honest, we the first one to start putting it all on the walls. I started seeing them do it. We did it first. And I was really mad. I said, these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? They gonna put CPC, they should have changed, put something different than us. We were the first ones to put CPC on the wall because I was hitting up Compton left and right, letting everybody know we here.
When did you guys start putting the 2 C's on it?
Oh, that came later on in the 80s.
And Carver Park did the same thing.
There they go, biting again. Do your own shit, Carver Park. That's why they into it now. Carver Park, and the youngsters, not me, I'm too old, but the youngsters, they getting into it. They copy everything we do.
That's deep. Do you know Roy Tucker?
Yeah, Roy Tucker was around with the school with him. He was at Centennial. Him and Zane and all of them was up there. We all up there together. They was doing their thing, we doing our thing, right? You know what I mean? But them Carbon Parks was the real deal. They gave the Power Rules the blues. You know, Rico and them, you know, they gave all them leaders of the Power Rules the blues. I give them credit on that. They put it in. They was way tougher than us at Centennial at that time.
Did you know Willie Hurd?
Yeah, Willie Hurd, you know, his brother Felton, so rest in peace. You know, they was the real deal.
Yeah.
Zane Smith, Roy Tucker, Rico, all them, you know, and they was on bad dudes. I mean, I give them props. They was holding their own because we all at Centennial are going against the Power Rules, but they was the real deal. They was no joke.
From what you remember, what came first, the Grandes or Carbon Park?
What I remember, I think it was all happened around the same time.
And who bought Crip in the far into Compton?
Mac Thomas.
What year was that? 72?
Yeah, it was in the early 70s. Mac, because they were saying Mac Thomas and his boys.
And where did you guys hang out at back then?
Okay, if you was Crippin' in Compton at that time in the early 70s, everybody hung on the grannies. So everybody that was a Crip hung in the grannies. Then we got to see, first time I seen Mac Thomas, he was coming down the street with a whole bunch of boys behind him. And I said, man, who cuz? They say, man, that's Mac Thomas and his boys. And that was the first time I met Mac Thomas.
You went to school at Centennial with a lot of Pyros?
Yes.
Who were some of the big names that went there?
Puddin', Tam, AC, Little Vince, Lorenzo Bennett. They were some of the, they were their top dog. I said Tam, yes.
Did you know LB?
LB, yeah, I know LB. Thumping, he can get out. He was a thumper.
Did you guys get along?
No, we didn't get along. We was at it. It was on and cracking.
So you consider yourself first generation or second?
First generation.
Original.
First generation Compton Crip. Before we broke off and changed everything and everybody started getting different names and stuff. At first we was all Compton Crips representing.
What year was you born?
56.
So you knew AC real good?
Yeah, I went to school with him. I gave him props back there. He was all G'd up. Tall, skinny nigga.
Always G'd up.
All them Pyrus was G'd up. They was, I give them props, they was G'd up, but we was dressing gangsty. We were having AC Doocy with the matches, all that. Walking with the cane, the long cross. We representing that Crip stuff.
What was they doing in Watts at that time?
Okay, Watts, because we was Crips before I started hearing stuff coming out of Watts, because what I remember, they had the green jackets back in the days.
And did you know any of them?
No, I didn't know nothing personally, but I remember one time, a couple of my friends was working at the WLCAC right there on Central, across the street from Vernon Day. So my homies called me and said, man, them cats out there in Watts is taking checks and stuff, but they didn't take my homies' check. So I say, when y'all get paid? We coming. So we bailed up there, right? You know what I mean? And hoping they take one of the homies' check, you know, because in our mind, this is Compton in the house. Ain't nobody from Watts gonna take nothing.
What did you hear about the pygmies back there?
Okay, at that time, I'm about in the 7th grade. I'm going to Gompers up in LA, right? And from where Gompers at, I ain't too far from Will Rogers Park. So everybody just say, don't go up to Will Rogers. The pygmies up there, they kicking ass. They whooping everybody. So in my mind, I'm thinking the pygmies are some midgets, you know? I didn't know they was regular cats with that last name, but I thought they really was midgets just kicking ass.
So their names was ringing.
Oh, big time. And when I heard not to go up to Real Rogers, I didn't go up to Real Rogers.
How about for the festivals?
Oh, I would go up then, yeah. But just to go hanging at Real Rogers, they said, man, them pygmies up there, man, they will fuck you up.
Was it any Mexicans in your neighborhood when y'all first came out?
At that time, the Mexicans, they had the T-Flats, Largo 36, Law 7155. But at that time, they were scared of us. We used to take their money and all that, you know. They couldn't handle us because we was running Compton.
When did Anzac Great come into front?
They came later in the picture.
Okay. But they close to your neighborhood?
Yeah, it's front, Anzac, us. But because when we was growing up, some of the guys on Anzac Street was corner pockets, the others was front hood.
When did the relationship start with Santana Block?
Oh, we cool with Santana Block. Corner Poccet always been cool with Santana Block. You know, I saw back in them days they had OG Turtle, rest in peace. Bitter Dog Bruno and them. They was cool. You know, we had no beef with none of them.
So you consider Bitter Dog a Santana and not a Grande?
Okay, he started hanging in the grannies, you know, but then when the Midtown Crips and Oak Park Crips combined to make it Santana, then he ran with that flow.
What was Park Village doing back then?
Oh, they was getting it in. My the leader, Grasshopper, I married his sister, his baby sister. That's my first wife.
Did you know Raymond Washington?
Man, I didn't know him personally, but I used to see Raymond. Raymond was an OG, triple OG, the real deal.
And what was it like when you first met him?
Okay, Raymond, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I had a cousin went to Fremont High. That's where Raymond was hanging out at. So he called me, told me somebody took his leather coat. And at that time, everybody was taking them waistline leather coats from everybody. So he called me and told me a brother took his coat. I said, I'll be up there tomorrow, right? You know, ain't nobody gonna take my cousin's coat, right? Me and my homeboy, we swoop up to Fremont, get my cousin. We rolling around Fremont, right? And I said, me looking for it. Then he said, there you go. And then he said, he got my coat on too. So I said, who? He pointed to Raymond. I said, that black nigga? Oh, nigga, that's Raymond Washington. We took off. You know, true story.
Raymond had a bunch of people with him?
Yeah, he was standing on the corner. And he had my cousin's coat he took the day before. You know, 'cause when my cousin called me, he told me that Raymond bombed on him. You know, I said, you let a nigga bomb on you and take your coat? So I'm thinking as a regular guy, I'm gonna go up there and regulate things.
When did you first hear of Avalon Gardens?
Okay, Avalon, they go back to the early 70s, about 71, 72, I started hearing about them. Jamel punk ass Barnes, he's so disrespectful. The stuff he said about Tookie, that he knocked out Raymond Martin, Jamel was dreaming. And one thing I want to give some ups to, Cuse. Cuse said the truth, that Jamel was lying. And everybody was around that time, all the OGs know, Jamel's a big lie. Jamel ain't done nothing but run his mouth.
But he did run Avalon Gardens, right?
Yeah, Avalon Garden is small. I can run Avalon. I get my little brother run Avalon Garden. That ain't nothing to run.
But all y'all got along back then, right?
Yeah.
Y'all went to parties and parks and
We
shit?
had like crib parties and stuff like that, but I'm out of Compton, so we did our stuff in Compton, right? Then we did go to L.A. We didn't allow them to come party in Compton, but when we did go to L.A. to party, somebody finna get fucked up. I just tell my homie, let's party and get with these girls first before y'all start acting a fool. So we were terrorized because we would come up with excuse like, cuz you bumped me 2 hours ago. You know, dudes might say, man, what you talking about? Nigga, oh, you see I'm lying? And that's all we needed to get off, right? Or, cuz you stepped on my shoe, right? Any excuse, because we finna turn this party out. This is Compton, right? And that's how we operate.
Who were some of the big shit starters from L.A.?
No disrespect to LA, because they were doing their thing, but at that time, we felt we the baddest thing walking that earth at that time. And I feel that everybody felt the same way. You know, the west side, east side, you know, kitchens, all of them felt the same way as we did. But we're gonna terrorize.
Who were some of the tough guys in Compton?
I'm telling you, the toughest guy, the Bully. That was his nickname, the Bully. And we used to say we would love for the Bully to fight Raymond Washington or Tookie. Now that was a fight I would pay my whole check to see. Bully was a bad dude. Bully was so bad, we'd be shooting dice at school. He'll come with a dice, a 5 and a 6, crooked dice. Then he would make all of us bet against him. And everybody noticed some crooked dice. So he said, he was telling him, he didn't want nobody to bet with him because he wanted to get all our money. So he's shooting dice, he won in every roll, 11, 11, 11, 11. Everybody looking like, then he would say, put your money down, you know, because Bully a bully. So this cat from Carver Park said, hey, Bully, them some crooked dice. And next thing I know, Bully slapped him, and when he slapped him, bust his whole grill. And know what I did?
What?
I got next to Bully. Come on, Bully. You ain't gonna hit no more. You know, I'm sucking up. You know, then I was catching the dice, you know, acting like I'm really into the game. And Bully told me, don't touch the motherfucking dice again. All right, cuz. Shoot, Bully, you ain't gonna hit again. You know what I mean? Because he had that fear. Bully was so bad, the power rules, in the Crips, they wouldn't mess with him. All the bad guys from Pyru, all the Crips, all the Crip gangs up there, everybody knew he the baddest dude in America.
Where's Bully at now?
Bully dead.